going to tell you in 2 minutes how to do this test, okay? You double-click your top test. You're double-clicking it, and you're going to watch and make sure that the red lines and the black lines are close together. If they are close enough together, your patient is close enough to the computer. If the red line is too far from the black line, which is your computer, that means your patient is too far. Bring them forward. Next test is the saccades. This is more difficult to see. What they're doing is they're looking to the left, holding it, looking to the right, holding it. When you've done the test for at least 25 seconds, then the test will appear on the bottom. I'm going to stop it at 15 and let's see if it goes. Okay, you took it. Anyway, here is the next test called saccades. This is called OPK. The OPK is optokinetic. Your eyes are moving. They're moving to the right, and you are making sure that the patient is looking at the computer, at the zebra stripes, and not at the screen. And the way you know that is that these lines will be very similar to the black lines. You can also bring up the eye view so you can see the eye bouncing. The eye has to bounce during this test. Okay? You want the eye to bounce, especially in the opposite direction. Same thing, just hit next and
I don't know if I can answer that properly. I can do a search for the eye has to balance dreams test.
Siri, not right now.
Oh boy. Okay. So, then it goes in this direction. Then we have the gazing tests. The gazing tests are just preset timers where your patient gazes to the left, gazes to the right, gazes up, and gazes down. Very good. Then everything stops because you're doing something different. You're doing the head rotation horizontally. And you have to see these two lines. You've got to see the DNA strands. Your patient has to be lined up with this. This may be a problem if your patient's down here. You may need to have them sit on a chair, on a pillow. Okay. Next test is head rotation vertical. They're saying yes, 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 yes. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
And you put the fixation on.
No. And then you want to see those two DNA strands. You've got to see the two DNA strands. Now, torsion happens. I have a large timer.
That's the fist. Oh,
That's the fist. Large timer fist, and most importantly, your little lens cap goes on.
Oh, they're blind at this point.
Okay, they are blind because this timer is for you.
I see.
Okay, so they're going like this. They're doing the torsion. Toro, toro, the bull. You're swinging back and forth. Then the lights go on. You just hit next. This is when the lights go on automatically.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's what I missed.
You didn't mess up.
Wait, it does that itself automatically?
Yes, it does. It's a built-in on that test.
Okay.
So then you do the torsion. They're still doing the same motion, but the lights are on, and those large icebergs should be smaller. Next test is called Hallpike. Remember your little cartoon figure where you're upright, turn the head to the right, go back quickly, make sure that the head is lower than the shoulder. Then they sit up for 30 seconds, make sure they're not dizzy. And then you're doing the Hallpike left. Turn to the left, lay back quickly, hold their head, help them down, make sure they don't have any neck strain. And then the head is lower than the shoulder. Then you get rid of the pillow. And they're laying flat. Your test is called supine head center. Supine is 180 degrees. Think of a pine tree is straight. Your patient is straight. The head is looking forward. Head looks to the right. Just turn their head to the right a little bit. 30 seconds, 25. Head goes to the left. Same thing. Then body left. The head's already there. Follow it with your body. What you're doing is you're putting the ear canal in certain positions.
They could just turn the whole body.
Yeah, turn the whole body.
The only time they get up is when we do the neck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The Hallpike position. Think of the little cartoon figure. Then you do the body right. Then they roll over on their right sides. This is where you remember the story in Florida where the doctor's patient fell off the table, split his chin open. Okay? So you don't want that to happen. Then they sit up because you're going to put the foam surface under them. The foam.
The 45-degree.
45-degree angle. Okay? And then the next test, same thing. The lights go on. Your patient is in the final position. Okay. Now the software will calculate, it will subtract what happened before. Because she's in this position looking forward. If she has 5 beats, then that was already there to begin with. So your calorics, instead of 20, will report 15 because 5 was already there to begin with. Okay? That's why you stay in the same position. Then we do the calorics. Make sure you can see a clear view of the eardrum because you are going to be cooling off the fluid behind it on both sides, and you're going to be warming up the fluid behind it. You have to see the eye dance. If it doesn't dance, you did it wrong or your patient is dead. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. So you're going to be blowing the air for 90 seconds. You already have your preset temperatures, the cool air, and then once you're finished with blowing the air, you're going to start your test. Tell your patient to put the head forward because if they keep it in this position, you're not going to get nystagmus. So you're going to look forward, head straight, open eyes.
Start talking.
Make sure the eye view is clear because you don't want that fuzziness or you're going to get all artifacts. And make your patient talk about something that they're interested in talking about. It could be grandkids. It could be dogs, cats, food, restaurants, shoe stores, grocery stores, whatever you've established that they like to talk about. Types of flowers, grandkids. By the time they're on that table, you know what they want to talk about. And you do that on all 4 sides. They rest a few minutes between each test. During that time, you go back and you're marking the test. So you see if you're really screwed up on something that needs to be repeated. And by the time you've done the 4 calorics, you've already marked these tests because you're going to be faster doing it. What's easy to mark? Torsion's easy to mark. Gazing is easy to mark. They'll all be easy to mark. And I promise you, you will not use those cheat sheets. I guess that took a little bit more than 2 minutes. Okay, but that summed up the entire content of what we're doing.
Man, this makes so much more sense
Yeah.
than it did